Hello, my beautiful loves of the world, is me, Queen Nightmare, and I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think my videos are too long, or do you want me to change them in any way? I am using my headphones again. If you like this type, please let me know. Also, I have a question. Should I go on Twitch and start playing my Sims game? Because I do have Sims 4 on my computer, and I have all the packs. Yeah, I got it for my birthday. My uncle didn't get it to me till way later. But, anyways, I will start the reading. Um, yeah, someone told me that I speak too much for like a video, and people don't like it. And I just wanted to ask, do you want me to start Harry Potter as well? Okay. Anyways, Letters and Secrets, Drarry. Warning, really sad. Trigger warning again. Don't proceed if easily triggered. That's also going to be on my video as well. Draco Malfoy was married with a child. On the way. Who was he married to? Certainly not his 4-year-long lover, Harry Potter. He was betrothed to Austria Greengrass as of her 18th birthday. He promised Harry that he only needed to be married for 1 year, then they could divorce. But he didn't keep his promise. It was now 3 years later, and he started a family with Greengrass. He was getting ready in his bedroom when an owl came pecking. It was one he didn't recognize, so he let it in and took the letter from it. On the scroll was his name written neatly. He was just about to open it when he heard his wife calling. "Draco, Granger's calling. She says it's important." "Coming," Draco called back. He put the letter in his pocket, walking over to the flow. "What's going on, Granger?" "It's Harry. You need to jump through," she said, and his heart clenched painfully at the thought of his ex-lover being hurt. "Okay," he agreed. He turned to his bonded mate and kissed her before going through. He landed in St. Mungo's and noticed the tears in his new friend's eyes. He and Harry had remained in touch even after the breakup. "When was it? Take me to him," Draco demanded, and Hermione's bottom lip quivered. "He didn't make it," she told him, and she looked at him. He looked at her. "What do you mean?" "He killed himself, Draco," Hermione told him, and then promptly burst into tears. The others, Weasleys and Longbottom, sat there crying silently. Draco's throat constricted, and he looked at her. "When? Just this morning. I went over there because he didn't answer my phone call. You know how he always answers them. I crept to the bathroom and he was in a pool of his own blood," she cried. "I called out to him and he looked over to me." A lone tear slid down his face and he took his last breath. "What?" Draco blinked away the tears. "Why?" he asked, and they just shrugged. "Miss Granger, can I speak with you for a moment?" The healer spoke softly, and Hermione nodded and took Draco with her. They walked into a private room, and the healer looked at them first. "First off, I want to apologize for your loss." Sorry, my voice broke. "We lost a good soul today. Thank you. Next, I wanted to ask you if you were aware of Mr. Potter's mental status." "Mental status?" Draco asked. "Well, it seems that Mr. Potter was wearing a glamour. It revealed that he had cuts that up and down his arms and legs, some on his abdomen. He was very thin. It looked like he hadn't eaten a meal in years, and his eyes looked like he hasn't slept since the war. What? The two gasped in union. He was very unwell, she said. I'm very sorry. Thank you, Hermione croaked. The two got up in silence and left the room. Hermione ran into Ron's arms and started sobbing. Everyone was being comforted by someone. So Draco gulped. I'm gonna head home. Please, please still keep be informed about everything, he said, and they nodded. We will. Stay well, Draco, Hermione said, and Draco nodded and walked into the flow. He landed and looked at his wife, who was around 5 months pregnant. What's going on? Harry Potter's dead, he told her, and then broke down. She hugged him tightly and he cried into her hair. He killed himself. What? He was suffering for a while, and this morning he took his life. He cried and then took a deep breath. I'm so sorry. I need some time alone. Okay. She kissed his lips and gently kissed his lips gently and walked into the bedroom. He sat down and closed his eyes. He thought about all the good times he had with Harry, their first date, in fourth year, to their kiss, to their first time, everything leading up to the day he needed to call it quits. That was 3 years ago. He moved and heard a crimpling sound. He took the letter out of his pocket and noticed his name written in the neat handwriting. He opened it slowly and scanned the letter to see who sent it. It was Harry Potter, and his heart clenched. He began to read the letter. Dear Draco, if you're reading this, I'm probably gone already. I'm sorry, Draco. I really am. I just can't hold it anymore. 1 year turned into 3, and I'm tired of waiting. I love you, Draco. I love you too much. It kills me to watch you look at her the same way you looked at me. To watch you start a family with her, and to know you're far from being mine. You're gonna be a father, Draco, and even if we were gonna be back together, I wouldn't be able to get in between you two. We were never gonna be back together, and I wish that was just told to me instead of finding out the hard way. You love her, Draco. I know you do. But I've spent way too long hoping you'd come back. I'm never gonna be the same. I lost myself, and I can't be found. I just hope you understand. I apologize for some of the smudges. My tears got in the way. I wish the best, Draco. You're gonna be a great father. Sorry for this letter to be so short, but I can barely see through the tears. By the way, I've practiced writing this so my handwriting will be perfect for you. Goodbye, Draco. I'll love you forever. HJP. Oh gosh. I'm crying right now. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Wow. Dang. I didn't think I would be crying on a voice recorder. I'm sorry. Oh, there's a part 2. No. I'm sorry. Let me get back to it. Okay. Paintings and Heroes, Part 2 to Secrets and Letters. 11 years after the death of Harry Potter. Draco Malfoy accepted a job as potions professor at Hogwarts. He was showing his son the halls when he came across the empty portrait. Empty portrait. Harry Potter's portrait, to be exact. The truth was, Harry did come back at night. Not many people roamed the corridors at night, and he knew this. He was one of those who did. Harry was ashamed of what he did. How could a defeater of the largest dark wizard do that to himself? So one late night, the Malfoy heir was wandering the halls. His father was in his chambers, and he wanted to see if he could get the glimpse of the Wizarding World hero. He crept the halls, and then he stopped at the painting. Harry was actually there. He stopped in front of the painting and gasped. "It really is you!" the boy gasped. "It really is. Shouldn't you be in bed? It's way past curfew," Harry's painting told the young boy. "Yeah, but you like to take late night strolls, from what I was told, at least. I've heard a lot of good stories about you. Ah, probably all the things the general public knows about me." "No, sir. My father tells me he knew you really well." "Who's your father, son?" "Draco Malfoy." The boy answered, and Harry took in the boy's appearance. He looked just like Draco. You look like him. "What's your name?" "My name's Harry." "I'm sorry." "My name is Harry, after you, sir. Harry Malfoy," explained. Harry Potter gave a smile to the young Malfoy. "Harry Potter Malfoy," the familiar voice yelled. The young Malfoy cringed at his father's angry voice. But in that moment, Harry Potter realized that Draco named his son after him, his last name being his middle. Draco stomped over to his son and grabbed his shoulder. "What do you think you're doing? Father, look." "Who? Look who it is," his son answered. Draco looked up, and he was faced with the man he fell for. "Harry?" he croaked. "Hi, Draco," the painting spoke. And Draco dropped to his knees and started crying. Why did this have to end like this? I can't do this. "Harry," he sobbed. I'm so sorry," Draco cried. "For everything, I'm so sorry." Draco felt his son embrace him to console him. Harry watched his lover cry and bowed his head. "I forgive you, Draco." "Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't be crying. I guess I can't fake being happy, right?" Okay. Another trigger warning. Oh, no. I am not reading that. I am so sorry. If you want to read it, Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. They were going to do Harry's POV of the incident, and I cannot go through that again. Oh, here's a better one. She said that this one's a better one. Promises and forgiveness. Drarry. Oh no, this is the alternate ending of To the Secrets and Letters. Trigger warning. This makes me want to cry more. Please be a good ending. Please be a good ending. I'm crossing my fingers right now. I shouldn't do that. Anyways, I was finally a year after I was bonded and I could leave. I left Austria with the promise that I'd buy her an expensive ring. Okay. I like this part. I like that she's just like, I don't care about this marriage. Just give me a ring. I would just say, just give me money every month, like a certain amount of money. Yeah, totally. And I wouldn't tell your parents. She accepted that and agreed to sign the divorce papers. I set off to the ministry and filed the papers to get the divorce started. I signed them and they promised to send them right away. I checked the time and it was only really 9 a.m. I decided to go visit Harry. Anyway, knowing he'd be awake. Maybe that was if he hadn't fall asleep late. I apparated to his place, and since I was added, I added to the word. What? Sorry. Misspelling. Since I was added to the wards. There we go. I landed in his living room. I strutted to the kitchen, full intent on getting something to eat, when I heard something that spooked me. I heard something that sounded like sobbing. I walked up the stairs, followed the sound, and I peered into the door that happened to be ajar. Harry was sitting on his bed, with his face in his hands, sobbing. Darling? I whispered. Harry's head whipped up and gasped. His face was covered in blood. Oh, wait. Ugh. What? Ow. My eyes are red now and itchy. I have to take a shower after this now. I'm going to cry in the shower for 20 years. Okay. Draco? He cried in disbelief. I took the time to really look at his appearance. He was really skinny. His face looked worn. His wrists were covered in scars, new and old. I rushed over to him. What happened? I gasped, and he held onto me tightly as he cried. I just rubbed his back and he cried himself on my shirt, and he calmed down. He fell asleep, so I laid him in his bed, and I healed his cuts and forced a bloody replenisher down his throat as he slept. Ew. That would make me feel so uncomfortable. It would be like, what you doing? You out of your dang mind? Just as I wake up. Sorry, that might just sound disgusting. But I was crying. It made me cry. Anyways, it was hours before Harry woke up, which showed me how really tired he actually was. When he awoke, I had been just bringing a tray of soup and bread. He just stared at me as I placed the tray next to him on the table. I sat at the edge of the bed as gently stroked his hair. When's the last time you ate? I asked softly. He just blinked at me and then closed his eyes. What's going on, Prince? I missed you, he told me in a soft whisper. I didn't handle the pain very well. He disclosed to me. I'm sorry. I leaned in and kissed him. It's over, Harry. I'm yours again. And I promise to never leave you again. You're far too precious to lose. I told him, and he began weeping again. Shh, stop your crying. I hushed and wiped away the tears that were falling. I love you, Harry, I told him, and he sniffled. I love you too. And keep in mind, when I was trying to read this, they put, I promise not to ever, not never. So I will leave you forever. No, I'm kidding. Am I the only one that wanted to punch someone after I read the other one? Do you know? I want to tell you something before I'm going to close up because I'm going to end this video. Have you ever thought of like if you make one decision that there's an like another universe that made the other decision? Like how weird would your life be in the other world, you know? Hmm. It's weird to think that like what if those were alternate universes? Hmm. I'm not the only one that's thinking this, right? I may be nuts, but I didn't think I was that nuts. Okay, anyways, guys, I'm gonna close it up because it's almost 22 minutes, and I'm not gonna play it like that. Okay, thank you for listening, watching, whatever you want to call it. I am going to say that you need to be happy, be healthy, and be in good, healthy mind to be positive. Please don't do that to yourself. And I love you so much. And give my subscribe button some love and put on push notifications. Well, any guys, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. In a couple of minutes when I record. But can you believe it? It's 19 more days. 19. 19. 1 9. I'm in my comfy blanket right now, so I got it for my Halloween stuff because I'm cold. um, if you want to like I have a funny Snapchat video, and if you want my Snapchat so you can see all the funny stuff I put online, please let me know down below in the comments. Also, what's your favorite scary movie? Hmm? Think of that for me down in the comments below. Whatever. Anyways, guys, I love you so much. Bye bye.